Assalamu alaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Hello everyone. Welcome to today's class. In today's class, we are going to cover NSO for grade 1, chapter 1, living and non-living things from the prep guide. So let's start. Living and non-living things. Learning objectives, living and non-living things, natural and man-made things. On this chapter, living and non-living things, I have already prepared one short video covering definitions for the basic terms. So if you can just look that video, it's going to help you additional to this chapter. So let's start now. We see many things around us. They can be living or non-living. So we can see many things around us, and if you just notice those things, we can see some things are living and some things are non-living. Now all living things are natural. So if you see living things like human, if you see plants and animals, they all are made by the nature. Human beings did not make plants, human beings or animals. They are created by nature. All man-made things are non-living. What do you mean by man-made things? Man-made things are those things which we make it, we produce it, or we make it. For example, we stitch clothes. This is man-made. We have duster, table, chair. All these are pen. Yes, your book. So all these are man-made things. And if you look at all this table, chair, pen, book, they are non-living things around us. So what are the things around us? Living things and non-living things. So all the things which we see around us can be grouped into two categories. First is living things and second is non-living things. Now under living things, we have animals and plants. All the animals and plants, even human beings are also animals. So all animals and plants, they comes under living things. For example, lion, elephant, monkey, these are living things and they're animals. Now for example, in plants we have rose, sunflower, lotus, etc. and they come under plants as living things. Under non-living things we have natural, man-made. What do you mean by natural non-living things? There are some non-living things which are created by nature. For example, air. We cannot create air, so it is created by nature. We have soil, water, etc. And there are some man-made non-living things which you have listed just before. What are those? Table, glass, jar, rope, chair. All these are man-made non-living things. Next, so now we have learned about living things and non-living things. There are some characteristics. Now to learn the spelling, characteristics. Characteristics of living and non-living things. So what do you mean by characteristics? Characteristics means there are certain features, based on that we can differentiate between living things and non-living things. Some of them we already know, but let's check. Living things breathe. Yes, living things breathe. Non-living things breathe. No, non-living things doesn't breathe. Living things move on their own. Yes, living things move on their own. Non-living things doesn't move on their own. We need to pick it up and keep it some other place. Need food and water. Living things need food and water. Yes. Non-living things need food and water? No. Living things can feel? Yes, living things can feel. Non-living things cannot feel. Living things can reproduce? Yes, living things can reproduce. For example, a kitten, cat give birth to kittens so they can produce their own kind. From the crow we get crow. And next, living things can grow. Yes. What about non-living things? Non-living things cannot reproduce. It cannot produce their own kind, and it cannot multiply their own kind, and it cannot grow. So living things can breathe, can move on their own, need food and water. Living things can feel, living things can reproduce, living things can grow, whereas non-living things cannot breathe, cannot move on their own, cannot need food and water, cannot feel, cannot reproduce, cannot grow. Now let's start with living and non-living things. So things that have life in them. Now how we can define what is the meaning of living things? So we need to remember whatever things got life in them are called living things. For example, animals and plants are living things because animals and plants got life in them. Okay, animals and plants got life in them, so they are called as living things. And what about non-living things? Things that do not have life in them. Things which do not have life in them are called non-living things. So things that do not have life in them are called non-living things. For example, chair, coin and ball are some of non-living things because they do not have life in them. This is chair and this is coin and this is ball. They do not have life in them, so they comes under non-living things. Now living and non-living things are different from each other in many ways. We have seen in the table, we can see here in this table we have seen there are some characteristics, or there are some features based on that we can differentiate between living things and non-living things. So we're gonna read all those characteristics one by one in little detail. Now see, characteristics of living things. First one is living things breathe. Living things breathe. Yes, living things breathe in and breathe out air. Living things breathe in air and breathe out air. So we have, this is cow. This is cow, and the cow is breathing in air and then breathe out air. Even the human beings, we breathe in air and breathe out air. Is also true for plants. So living things can breathe. Next point, living things. Second is living things move on their own. So living things can move on their own. We don't need to pick up from one place and keep it to the other place. It can move, but the movement can be, it can move entirely from one place to another place, or it can move their body parts. So living things can move their body parts. Animals can also move from one place to another. So there are two types of movement in living things, and for example, animals. So animals can move their body parts, as well as animals can move from one place to another. What about living things like plants? Plants cannot move from one place to another. Plants cannot move from one place to another, but plants can move their body parts. They can move only their parts. For example, touch me not plant droops. Droops means murjha jana. Droops its leaves when touched. So touch me not plant droops its leaves when touched. See, here are some of the living things. Run. So living things can move from one place to another. For example, this girl can move from one place to another by running. What about this bird? Yes, bird can also move from one place to another by flying. What about this is a touch me not plant? So if we touch the leaves of the touch me not plant, the leaves get shrink. It droops. So it doesn't move from one place to another, but the leaves, we can see the movement in the leaves by drooping when we touch those leaves of touch me not plant. Next, living things need food and water. Living things need food and water. Yes, living things need food and water to live, grow, and get energy. Living things, yes, we are also living things, so we feel hungry, so we need food. We feel thirsty, so we need feel to drink water, and also we grow. We grow and we get energy. Yes, our size for living beings like plants and animals and human beings, our size from small to it get to bigger, so we keep on growing and we need food and water, and from the food we get energy. If we do not get energy, we will feel tired, so we need food to get energy so that we don't feel tired, we feel active and we do our work. So a boy eating food, why this boy is eating food? To get energy and also to grow and to live. A girl giving water to plant, why water? Why plant needs water? Plant needs water to grow, to live. Next, living things feel. Living things feel, yes, a boy feeling pain upon getting hurt. So this boy is feeling pain upon getting hurt. What do you mean by feel? Feel can be, we can feel happy, we can feel cold, we can feel hot, we can feel pain when we get hurt. So these are different types of feelings. So living things like us feel cold in winter. So when there is winter, living things feel cold and hot in summer. We also feel the pain when we get hurt. We also feel the pain when we get hurt. Living things reproduce. See, living things reproduce. What do you mean by reproduce? Reproduce. R-E-P-R-O-D-U-C-E. Reproduce means making their own kind, multiplying their own kind. So living things produce more of their own kind. That is, they reproduce. Cats produce cats. Rats, human beings, etc. give birth to babies. Animals such as ducks and hens lay eggs. So ducks and hens, they lay eggs, and from there we get the ducks and hens. Means they hatch again the baby ducks and baby hens. So most of plants reproduce by seeds. So most of the plants, they get multiplied or they make their own kind from the seeds. Living things reproduce, yes, to make their own kind. Living things grow. Living things grow. Living things grow bigger, taller, and older. Yes, we see here. For example, this is a baby, a human being. First baby, and then this size to this size to this, and then we grow to from baby to we grow till old. So even for the plant, this is sapling, and from small plant, the size of the plant, height of the plant, it's growing. So living things grow from bigger, taller, and older. Living things grow bigger, taller, and older. Next, now we're gonna see some characteristics, some features of non-living things. So non-living things do not grow. Non-living things do not grow. We know that. See, if you have holding a pen or a pencil in your hand, if you see tomorrow, again it will not grow. A pen, duster, or books, they do not grow, do not move on their own. They doesn't move on their own, do not breathe, feel, or need food and water. They cannot have babies. Now, there are some extra points here, Olympiad Bite. Let's cover them. Some non-living things were once alive. Some non-living things were once alive. For example, paper and wooden chair are obtained from trees that were once alive. So, some non-living things, for example, paper and wooden chair or wooden table, they are made from the trees, and we know that trees are living things. So once they are alive, and from there we make these things. But paper, wooden chair, and table, those are non-living things. Some non-living things cannot show a non-permanent or reversible growth in size. So some non-living things, there are some non-living things, it will not show it can show a non-permanent or reversible growth in size. What do you mean by non-permanent? Means it's not permanent and the growth is reversible. For example, if you see a blowing up of balloon, if you blow the balloon, the size will increase. But at the same time, if the air is blown out, the size will decrease, it will shrink. So some non-living things ensure non-permanent or reversible growth in size. Now swelling of gel beads. When gel beads, it gets swell and again it can shrink. Question number 3. Living things need blank to grow. So out of toys, clothes, food, house. Food. Living things need food to grow. Question number 4. Select the incorrect statement. We need to select incorrect statement out of the 4 given statement. So statement A, any moving thing is a living thing. So we need to correct incorrect, okay, not the correct statements. Any moving thing is a living thing. What do you say? Any living thing can be moving thing? This is not possible. Any moving thing is a living thing. For example, if paper is flying because of air, so we cannot say that paper is a living thing. So this is not possible. For all moving thing can be living thing. So this is A. A is your incorrect option. पहला option ही incorrect हो गया है. Because any moving thing is not a living thing, because non-living thing also move out. They cannot move on their own, right? So we have B option. Living things breathe in air. This is correct option. Most plants reproduce by seeds. Correct options. And both B and C are correct. So incorrect is any moving thing is a living thing. That is incorrect, because I told you there are some non-living things also. For example, the best example is air. If it is flying because of a little bit moving because of the presence of air, then the paper is not a living thing. It is moving because of the air. So question number 5. Non-living things cannot, so non-living things cannot reproduce, feel or move, or both A and B. Move. Non-living things can move, it cannot move by its own, but it cannot produce and it cannot feel. So both A and B are the options here. Non-living things cannot reproduce, cannot make its own kind. For example, if you have water bottle, so again the water bottle cannot make its own kind of water bottle. It should be produced in the factory. So this is, it cannot produce. And if you see, for example, bottle, so bottle will not feel a hurt or any kind of pain, so it will not produce and will not feel. But it cannot move means no, it can move. If we want to move some non-living thing, so it can move from one place to another with the help of us. So non-living things cannot feel or reproduce, but they can move when they are given energy by battery, petrol. Example, car. For example, some toys you are having, and in that toys it works on. For example, drone is there nowadays, and that we are having that. A toy car, so it moves on battery, so they can move. And car even move. Car is non-living thing, but it can move because of the petrol. So the answer is option D, reproduce and feel. Now next topic is non-living things like book, house, clothes, pencil, etc. are made by man. These are the non-living things. Book, house, clothes, pencil are made by man. We can list many things like pillow. We can list here shoes. We can list chalk piece. We can list bag, books, tiffin. All these are non-living things made by man. They are called man-made non-living things. So all those non-living things which were made by man, we call them as man-made non-living things. Question number 3. Living things need blank to grow. So out of toys, clothes, food, house. Food. Living things need food to grow. Question number 4. Select the incorrect statement. We need to select incorrect statement out of the 4 given statement. So statement A, any moving thing is a living thing. So we need to correct incorrect, okay, not the correct statements. any moving thing is a living thing? What do you say? Any living thing can be moving thing? This is not possible. Any moving thing is a living thing. For example, if paper is flying because of air, so we cannot say that paper is a living thing. So this is not possible. For all moving thing can be living thing. So this is A. A is your incorrect option. पहला option ही incorrect हो गया है. Because any moving thing is not a living thing, because non-living thing also move out, they cannot move on their own, right? So we have B option, living things breathe in air, this is correct option. Most plants reproduce by seeds, correct options. And both B and C are correct. So incorrect is any moving thing is a living thing. That is incorrect, because I told you there are some non-living things also. For example, the best example is air. If it is flying because of a little bit moving because of the presence of air, then the paper is not a living thing. It is moving because of the air. So question number 5, non-living things cannot, so non-living things cannot reproduce, feel or move, or both A and B. Move, non-living things can move, it cannot move by its own, but it cannot produce and it cannot feel. So both A and B are the options here. Non-living things cannot reproduce, cannot make its own kind. For example, if you have water bottle, so again the water bottle cannot make its own kind of water bottle. It should be produced in the factory. So this is, it cannot produce. And if you see, for example, bottle, so bottle will not feel a hurt or any kind of pain, so it will not produce and will not feel. But it cannot move means no, it can move. If we want to move some non-living thing, so it can move from one place to another with the help of us. So non-living things cannot feel or reproduce, but they can move when they are given energy by battery, petrol. Example, car. For example, some toys you are having, and in that toys it works on. For example, drone is there nowadays, and that we are having that. A toy car, so it moves on battery, so they can move. And car even move. Car is non-living thing, but it can move because of the petrol. So the answer is option D, reproduce and feel. Now next topic is non-living things like book, house, clothes, pencil, etc. are made by man. These are the non-living things. Book, house, clothes, pencil are made by man. We can list many things like pillow, we can list here shoes, we can list chalk piece, we can list bag, books, tiffin. All these are non-living things made by man. They are called man-made non-living things. So all those non-living things which were made by man, we call them as man-made non-living things. Now let's solve self-test 2. So self-test 2, first question is, Vidhi paired one living and one non-living thing together, but in doing so she made an incorrect pair. Select the incorrect pair. So we need to select the incorrect pair, and how pairing has been done, one living and one non-living. So let's see. Sheep is living thing and table is non-living thing. This is correct pair. Now in B option, river and sun, both are non-living thing. In the C option, mango tree and stone. So in the B option, both are non-living thing, but in the C option we have mango tree as living and stone as non-living thing. In the D option we have eraser as non-living and dog as living thing. So incorrect pair, because the pairing has been done for one living and for one non-living. But in the option B, both are non-living things. So sheep, mango tree and dog are living things, while table, river, sun, stone and eraser are non-living things. So the option B is our answer. Second question, which of the following is not a man-made thing? So out of A, B, C, D, which of the option is not a man-made thing? Now this is for example, this is your you can see jug. So jug is a man-made thing. We have pencil and we have bicycle. So jug, pencil and bicycle are man-made things. But when it comes to the moon, then moon is not a man-made thing, it is a natural thing. So which answer will be correct? Option D is the correct answer. And third question, which of the following is not a characteristics of living things? So out of the four given characteristics, which of the following is not the characteristics of a living thing? So they can produce. Yes, living things can produce. They means living things can feel the pain. Yes, living things can feel the pain. They need food to grow. Yes, they need food to grow. And the option is none of this. So what is our answer here? The answer is none of this, because all A, B, C are the characteristics of living things. So answer D is right in for the question 3. Now for question number 4, unscramble the given letters and then select the option that comes from a living thing. So we need to unscramble this. They are jumbled letters. We need to unjumble it. RCA. So RCA means it is your CAR, car. What about B? SNU. So for SNU we have SUN, sun, and this is your PPRAE. So this is PAPER, paper, and RVRIE. This is your RIVER, river. So car, sun, paper, river. Now out of this we need to select living thing. So which is living thing here? Car is non-living thing, and paper is non-living thing. Unscramble the given letters and select the option that comes from a living thing. So which out of the four, which option, like which it's come from living things? The option is C, paper, because paper is now a non-living thing, but it is made from the living thing. What is the name of the living thing? Trees. Yes, tree. Paper is obtained from trees. So option C is the right answer. For question number 5, which of the following can reproduce? So which of the following can reproduce? Tree, frog, moon, and both A and B. So which of the following can reproduce? Frog. What do you say? Frog can reproduce? Yes, frog can make its own kind. So frog can reproduce. And trees, yes, trees can also make another tree like its. So we have option A and B, they both can reproduce, but moon cannot reproduce. Moon is single. So frog and tree are living things, hence they can reproduce, while moon is a non-living thing, hence it cannot reproduce. Let's move ahead to the exercise question. In the exercise question, the first question is, select the odd one out on the basis of natural and man-made. So we need to select odd one out on the basis of natural and man-made. So we have television here, this is airplane, and then we have stone, and then eraser. So which is odd one here? If you see, then television, like rock is a natural thing. This rock it's made by nature. We don't make a rock, it's gift from the nature. So rock is a living thing, non-living thing, but it is a natural non-living thing. What about this this television and this aeroplane and eraser? They are like, you can say eraser, or if you can see, you can call it a shampoo bottle, if you can see like this. Okay, so A, B and D, they are non-living things, and they are man-made non-living things. So A, B and C, television, airplane and this shampoo bottle are man-made non-living things, whereas this C, rock, is a natural non-living thing. Next go second question number 2. Select the option that can be placed in the same group as the object X. So what is object X here? Object X is a knife. Okay, so out of A, B, C, which object can be placed here in this box? Now this chapter is about living and non-living things. So knife, what is knife? Knife is a living or a non-living thing. So knife is non-living thing, and that too knife is man-made non-living thing. So we need to pair here similar thing. Sun is non-living thing, but it is natural non-living thing. What about for this butterfly? Butterfly is living thing. Butterfly is living thing. And then we have rat is also a living thing. So similar means knife is non-living thing, that is man-made non-living thing. So we have here hairpin. This option D and this knife both are similar, because even hairpin is non-living thing, and that too man-made non-living thing. So knife and hairband are man-made non-living things, hence they can be placed in the same group. Sun is a natural non-living thing, while butterfly and rat are living things. Question number 3. Select the incorrect statement. So we're going to select the incorrect statement regarding the man-made things. So first option A, some of them can move. So it is about man-made things. So they are saying that, is it possible that some of the man-made things can move? They cannot breathe in air. So is it possible that some of the man-made things cannot breathe in air? Next, of course, man-made things cannot breathe in air, so this option is correct. And some of them can move. Yes, some of the man-made things, for example, like we are having this paper example is best example, because it's very light, so it can move when there is a wind blow. Because of the blow of wind, it can move. So next C is, they do not need food to grow. Now man-made things, do you think man-made things need food to grow? They do not need food to grow, so that option is correct. They're looking for incorrect. They can produce their own kind. Man-made things can produce their own kind. No, man-made things can never produce their own kind. It cannot multiply its own kind. So option D is the right option. Man-made things are non-living things. They cannot produce their own kind. Only living things can reproduce. Now question number 4. Read the given conversation between two friends and select the correct option regarding it. So we need to select the correct option regarding it, and but here what is happening here, conversation is happening between the two friends. So let's see what conversation is going on. क्या बातचीत हो रहा है? So Tina, a hen is a living thing because it can breathe and reproduce. Hen, Tina is saying that, you know Anil, hen is a living thing. So because hen is a living thing, it can breathe and it can reproduce. So is Tina is correct? Tina is correct. Now what about Anil? Anil is saying that a wooden table is a non-living thing. You know, Tina, a wooden table is a non-living thing which is made from wood of plant that was once alive. So both of them are saying the correct thing. Now Tina is correct while Anil is incorrect. Is it correct? No. Next we go with the next option. Option 4. Anil is correct while Tina is incorrect. Both Tina and Anil are correct. So here option will be C. Option C, both Tina and Anil are करेक्ट, क्योंकि दोनों ही सही सेंटेंस जो है सही बता रहे हैं कि hen is a living thing and because it can breathe and reproduce, because it's a living thing, so hen can breathe and reproduce. And wooden table is a non-living thing which is made from wood of plant that was once alive. So that is also correct. The question number 5, select the option that answers the given riddle. So there is one riddle, and after understanding this riddle, we're going to select one option from A, B, C, D. I am a non-living thing, but I can move around and make sound. What can I be? So so option A, snake. Snake is a living thing. And option B, train. Yes. So answer is your 5th question answer, B, train, because train is a non-living thing and it can move around and make sound by blowing horn. Question number 6. Match the columns and select the correct option. So column 1, book, bird, plant, mountain. And column 2, can fly, made by man, found in nature, reproduces by seed. So book, what can you say about book? Made by man. Book का हो जाएगा made by man. And bird can fly. So we have, for A we have 2 and for B we have 1, And for C, plant reproduce by seed. So we have C के लिए 4 हो जाएगा. Mountain found in nature. So we're gonna have for D mountain 3. So अभी इससे मिलता जुलता ऑप्शन क्या है? A2, B1, C4, D3. So option A is correct. Option A is correct for the 6th question. Let's move to the 7th question. An aeroplane can fly in the air like a bird, but it is not a living thing because it does not need food to live. It cannot produce its own kind. It does not breathe in air. Or option D, all of these. So all of these are correct for this an aeroplane, because an aeroplane can fly in the air like a bird, but aeroplane is a non-living thing, and it is because a non-living thing, so it does not need food to live, it cannot produce its own kind, it does not need breathe in air. Now question number 8, study the given relationship. So we have cat, living thing, and what is in the place of X? So non-living things. Now here elephant is living thing, and tire, banyan tree, and snail. So even banyan tree and snail are living things. So we're gonna be option as B, tire non-living thing. For question number 8, answer is B, elephant, banyan tree, and snail are living things, whereas tire is a non-living thing. So now question number 9, which of the following statement is correct? Stars are living things as they grow in size. Is it? Stars are living things? No, stars are non-living things, but they are natural non-living things. Next, trees are, I'm going to find out correct statement. So option A is not correct. Trees are natural living things that mostly reproduce by seeds. So option B is correct for question number 9. Okay, a few non-living things can breathe. A few non-living things can breathe. This is not possible. Non-living things cannot breathe. All natural things are non-living things. All natural things are non-living things. No, all natural things are living things. So for question number 9, stars are natural non-living things. All non-living things cannot breathe. Some natural things are non-living like sun and river, while some are living like plants and animals. All man-made things are non-living.